Hey, it's One Man Garage. We're swapping the shift kit out of the old one into the fresh built trans. We already put the other tail shaft speedo gear on. Already added the plates back in. There's the donor. Rinsed all the crap off the plate, shift plate, and we're using just one check ball and the B&M style spacer plates added to that section. Reuse the new gaskets in the fresh trans. Fix and put the valve body back on. And we'll be able to button it up, probably put it in tomorrow. So I got the bolts loosely started for the valve body and the linkage pieces. That's the detent wire kick down cable stuff, and that's the part that puts the detents in your shifter linkage. Gotta be gentle torquing into your aluminum case, so I'm using the clutch on my cordless drill, so it's just right. It's not going to break anything off. It's not an impact. Never use an impact on trans assembly, just disassembly if you choose. But the torque settings on the drill work pretty good. Watch. Anyway, I'll shut it down, do it two-handed so it'll work. Something else to take note is the latter years of the Turbo 350 went to metric threads in the transmission, so we'll note that this one has M's on the bolts, therefore it's metric threads, even though you're still using a 1/2" socket or a 13mm. Also, the bolts for the trans mount are metric, and the truck had the 74 transmission, which was standard, so I had dropped one of the metric bolts in the grass, pulling the old one apart to take it in. So just something to keep in mind. Try to be conscious of your donor trans or switching different year models. You'll cross thread some stuff. That goes for the pan bolts too, so some of them aren't that big a deal. Sometimes you jam a 1/2". I mean, well, you know, I guess it'd be a 5/16 thread instead of metric, but just be conscious of the year models and pay attention to the markings on the hardware. Like this has like 3 points on it. Then you see, might be hard to see, but there's like some random numbers. Oh, anyways, the heads of the bolts will have markings too. Metric bolts have some little weird symbols on them. It's kind of voodoo. Anyway, just wanted to throw that in there. Thanks to my buddy Paul, we'll be using this TCI 240901, which is a 10-inch, tight 10-inch with a ballooning plate. That Butler performance for the Pontiacs with the high torque engines rated higher than TCI does, up to 2900 stall. So this thing's probably going to be flashing out of the hole. I'm going to say it's 32 to 3400 instead of 29 to 3000 where the other 2500 rated converter was flashing out of the hole. So this will probably get the truck to 820, it's my bet. She's back on the road, all good, real good. Want to do that carburetor swap next, and I did some gratuitous little punch and burns right here. That's sort of the, yeah, I didn't video it, but baby's back.